make wonderful treats for us here in the studio, and we very rarely get to actually talk with the culinary department, so we get to do that today. And our visit is presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. You can visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Not only do we have Chef Jonathan Nagy, we also have a chef and owner of Knapp's Cucina Mia and Josephine's Restaurant. Nick Karras is with us again this morning. Nick, good morning.
Morning, Todd. Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you in the studio with us. And we have a celebrity in the studio as well. Chef Jonathan, would you introduce our celebrity guest?
Yes, we have chef celebrity student, future chef Gia Previtt from River Valley High School.
Wait a second. I know that name. Where do I know that from? Oh, Excellence in Education, don't I?
Her name is all over the place right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Gia is scorching the media with some success that she's been having. Absolutely.
Right. No pressure at all there, Gia, is there?
No, not at all.
None at all. None at all. Well, gentlemen and Gia, let's talk a little bit about IUP Culinary, what it is that you do, Chef Jonathan, and how Nick is involved in the program as well. We'll start with you because it really is a great, great success story.
Yeah, and the reason that I brought these two with me today is because they really are the elements. The three of us, especially these two, really make up the elements that make the ICTC Culinary Arts program successful. And it's whenever you have a driven student, you have a dedicated instructor, and you have a extremely supportive employer. The system works every time. Every time they make my job, rather easy and it's really shows how the system works.
Yeah. Well, Gia, let's talk a little bit about your ICTC journey. Did you begin, what year were you when you began the culinary program?
I came to ICTC in 10th grade. So that was my first year.
That was your first year. All right. So this is your third year that you're completing in the program.
Yes.
Think back to young 10th grade Gia and her first day in the culinary class.
Yeah, I was scared to death. I literally was like crying when I went home. I was like, I can't do this right now because I was so like scared.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't think that I had what it took, but I just know that I always loved being in the kitchen because my dad was a chef, so he always like just gave me that like want to do that. Mm-hmm. And so I was always just like making stuff for my family and baking and all that stuff, and it was always so fun. So I knew that I had to do like culinary arts.
So you get into the program, and of course, you've got wonderful leadership that is helping you along on this journey. Yeah. When did you begin to feel that, I can do this?
I think it was just after like a few weeks of getting like used to everything. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, wow, like I really love doing this. And like getting to meet new people was fun and just getting to make new connections and stuff like that. And then I like gained a sense of confidence, and then I was able to like lead other people that mm-hmm. didn't necessarily know what they were doing. Mm-hmm. So I was just able to help them as well.
I want to come back to you, but I want to talk to Nick a little bit as well. Nick, in your world, the people in the kitchen are so important to what it is that you do and what you want to do and can do. And there are so many different specialties. When you work with ICTC and you help them to develop these young folks, it must be really gratifying to you to see how they turn out.
It's absolutely my favorite part about the restaurant business is getting to work with so many young people and getting to spread our passion for food and our history of tradition, with cooking Italian or French or whatever it may be. The story of food and passing it down to the next generation of chefs is my favorite part about being in the restaurant world. John and I became friends many, many years ago when he was working in town. And, we were both working in our restaurants and building our crew. When John told me that he was going to move to the culinary school, I was so proud of him. I knew that would be such a good position for him to be at because he shares that passion for educating and bringing on new people to this trade. And the ICTC, the Indiana Culinary, the program at the technical school, has been absolutely amazing. And I credit that to Chef John Nagy's passion for food and tradition and love for young people and being able to share that passion with them.
Yeah, Jonathan, let's bring the metaphor to full circle here and talk about adding the ingredients to the raw materials that you get. Someone like Gia, somebody who comes in as a sophomore, even those who come as juniors and don't have that year's worth of experience with the program, you mix them all together and you produce someone like this who is so accomplished and has such a bright future.
Yeah, and that is one of the most rewarding things to watch as an instructor is whenever the students come in, they are not all on the same skill level with culinary arts. They're not at the same emotional level. Some of them are very extrovert, like Chef Nick and I. Some of them are rather introvert and rather reserved. And we mix them all up. We put them in groups. We kind of assess each one, and we try to put, correct people in the right groups that might work together. And then we assign, we find the leaders of the group, and whether they're ready for it or not, we put them in that position to use their natural leadership skills if they are not yet developed. And we watch them all grow together. And some of the students that were very shy and bashful and reserved at the beginning turn out to be, and most of them do turn out to be these superstars in the kitchen, where their confidence grows and their skills grow, and they're ready to make the next step, whether it's into the industry, to a place like Knapp's or Josephine's, or whether it's to IUP Academy of Culinary Arts. They grow together, and this system works. We have a great system that works well.
And Gia, that is the next step for you, correct? You're headed to Punxsutawney?
Yes.
Yeah.
And although we prepare students for the industry, straight into industry, Chef Nick has a student of ours, James McDowell, who went right from the vocational school into working in the field. Mm-hmm. We can produce that type of a future for the students. But we do have an excellent relationship with IUP Academy of Culinary Arts, which is just a phenomenal school. Chef Nick takes a lot of students that come back from their externships from IUP Culinary Arts that are going back to finish their program at IUP main campus. But if we can get them onto that further education, it will just excel them into much deeper, higher culinary situations, 3, 4, 5-star resorts all over the nation, all over the world, and it's great to be at the level of where I can raise them to that. So
you're the base camp.
The base camp, very well put.
Pushing them up the mountain. Gia, we think sometimes, laymen such as we break it down. Are you a cooker or a baker? And you excel in baking. You love baking, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing about the culinary program at ICTC is it actually presents a well-rounded program so that you become very skilled in all of those disciplines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So think of what it was the skills that you brought, and as you develop them, and I'm particularly interested in this year's senior year, because I'm assuming that Chef Jonathan gives you much more freedom to be creative in the kitchen as you get further into the program. This year must have been pretty exciting for you.
Yeah, I love being creative, and I'm very detail oriented. So when I get to make stuff in Bake Shop, I love putting my creativity into things, and I just love the program overall because I do love baking, but I've also gotten to explore cooking as well, and I just love doing everything. Honestly, I'm just using this time in high school and especially at IUP to be a sponge to learn as much as possible, because I have a lot to learn and there's still always so much to learn. So I'm just really excited to use my skills of being detail oriented and using my leadership and being dependable for people that they can rely on me to be there when they need me.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited to like go on to IUP to like hone those skills and to learn as much as possible.
Yeah, yeah. Have you learned the car yet? I mean,
Yeah.
you won the car in the Excellence in
Yeah.
Education.
Yeah, I've learned everything so far, so we're good.
How fun is that?
It's fun. I'm excited. It'll be good for school and stuff. So.
Hey, Nick Karras, let's talk a little bit about recognizing talent in the kitchen and then developing that talent, which you get a chance to do. He was mentioning one of the students from ICTC that's working for you now. That has to be a pretty exciting part of what you do, too.
It is the most rewarding part of what I do. We've actually had 5 students from the ICTC over the years. I currently have 3 students from the program right now employed. But things are they're absolutely doing great work. One of the students we're moving from the pizza kitchen at Josephine's onto the NAPS hotline, which is a big step for a young cook to be working the NAPS kitchen on Friday and Saturday night. It's a lot of pressure, and a lot of people move through there, as you know, and it'll be a lot of fun having young talent, passionate, back there with us, cooking with us old guys.
Welcome them into the big leagues.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If I can jump back in to just praise Chef Nick a little bit more about his roles. He talked about how he's hired 5 students over the year. He's got 2 or 3 with him right now. Chef Nick also takes on co-op students, which means that he's got one of our current seniors who does not have to come to ICTC 3 days of the week. He goes to get paid to work at the Funky Brunch, and he's going to continue on for another year and work there before going on to IUP, Academy of Culinary Arts. Chef Nick judges our Nocties. He is a very important part of our occupational advisory committee, as well as hiring students after graduation. So while I'm standing here in front of the mic with you and him, I just wanted to make sure to get that
Thanks for
on
the
the
plug,
record.
John.
that I love you and thank you very much for that support.
Well, we're out of time in this segment, but we could go on for another 15, 20 minutes easily here on Indiana in the Morning, but we have to get to news at the top of the hour. Gia, thanks so much for coming in, and we wish you the best in
Thank you.
not only your education, but in your career, because it's obvious you're going places. And we look forward to hearing where that is. John, Nick, thanks so much to both of you for coming in today as well. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Fox News is next at the top of the hour, a couple of moments away from now, and then a visit from Josh in the WCCS newsroom on this very rainy, wet Wednesday morning.